Hey guys, Jared here. I'm wearing my funky shirt. Look at this. It's my slime shirt. It makes me look huge. I don't know why. But yeah, I never had a chance to wear this before on the channel. And so I thought, you know what? Let's break out the Hawaiian vacation mode slime shirt. Even though I have an undershirt under here because it's freezing right now. You can't see it outside, but let me tell you, it's cold today. Anyways, I wanted to follow up last week's vlog, video, whatever, with another one. This time talking about the future of the channel and how I really want your guys' input. But first, I wanted to say thank you all so much for just all the comments, all the goodwill, just everything you guys did. I was truly touched last week. I don't know what I expected, but I didn't expect that kind of reaction. That was super, super, super nice of all of you to send all the warm wishes and everything. So thank you. Thank you. Sincerely, thank you so, so much. So now, where are we going to take this channel? I really want to know what you guys like, because let's be honest, I had a whole bunch of folks like, oh, it's the return of Saturnday, but look at our Sega Saturn playlist. Like, actually go and take a look at it, and you'll see that we have literally hundreds of videos, and I've covered just about every major game on the Sega Saturn. I mean, there's a couple of odd ones here and there, and yeah, maybe I could do a couple of those, but realistically, that's not really going to do much for you, right? Like what, 5, 6 videos, and then okay, see you later. I know a lot of you chimed in and were like, look, Jared, just do whatever it is you want to do, right? And of course, absolutely. Like, I'm not going to suddenly do things like I really don't care about. But I had a couple of ideas, and so I wanted to run these through you guys. I mean, you are the community here. I don't want to do polls or anything like that. I just want to sort of get your feedback, because the thing is, like, the retro community, what has been done now is staggering. Okay, it's like absolutely staggering what has been done. I mean, I mentioned last time the Sega Shiro boys, the guys that did a well, what would you call that? An interview with Tom Kalinske. God, like a number of years ago now. Dave reached out to me. Shout out, Dave. Thanks, man. I really appreciate that. Saying, hey, if you ever want to do any collaboration stuff on the Saturn, like, let me know. But I kind of like want those guys to do their thing. You know what I mean? Like, they've established a great community now. They're doing some wonderful work, and like, I don't really want to retread what I've already done, if that makes any sense. Now, that being said, there are so many things that we can do together, right, guys? There's so many things. So I brought a couple of things with me, just like, I haven't seen you guys in like ages, but like, these are a couple of things like I could do, right? So there's been like a huge boost in the, in sort of like the modern retro scene. This game was absolutely outstanding. Demons of Asteborg. This was like absolutely phenomenal, and it's like, it's straight up. It's a, I gotta try to hold this together. Like, it's a legit Genesis game. You know what I mean? Like, how cool is that? And I know these are a little old now, and they've been available on Steam and other places. But I just thought, like, here's another one. This was, I think it's set in the same universe, Astabros. Like, I could cover these, you know what I mean? Like, I could do stuff like that. A number of years back, there was this bad boy. I think it was Limited Run. I'm really sorry if I butcher this. I'm not entirely sure. I'm not entirely sure who put this out, so I'm sorry if it was like one of the other guys. I just don't remember. So, Mega Man, The Wily Wars. Wah, wah, wah. This, I could do, like, some unboxings of some of these games that I've amassed over the years. I could cover, that's a Genesis. It was so, okay, what's the story with this? This was a Japanese exclusive that was made available here on the Sega channel for download. Way back in the day, and now, like, it's come back. I know there was like a bunch of like homebrews and stuff like that. I actually bought Steven one from Game Freak, believe it or not. I think it was Polestar. Yeah, I think it was Polestar. And yeah, anyways, so like I could cover some games like that. I'm not set up, guys, so for the like at least for the immediate future, I'm going to do a lot of like little discussion videos. I am trying to do sort of like one a week, try to get them out on Saturday on Saturday, trying to get them out. Like I said, I don't want to promise anything. Steven and I are going to try and record a podcast next week. I really want to do game of the year from last year, even though both of us probably played like, I think I may have played 10 games. Steven is still obsessed with Pokemon. He hasn't grown up. I mean, sorry, he hasn't gotten over that, that fix just yet. But you know what? Hey man, like whatever, like power to you. I'm probably going to pick him up Dragon Quest Monsters just because I had a really good time with that. There's new games, right? So there's new games like that. Switch is a lot easier for me right now because I still have my, my Elgato HD 60, I think it was, capture card basically. And I have a spare Switch dock. So like connecting that all up is like a total joke. So that's easy. If you guys decide like, oh, like we'd really like to see maybe some, like your take on some of the next gen stuff. So, well, next gen. PS5 and Xbox Series X, I have both consoles. Now, that might be a little trickier in the short term, only because I have no way of capturing, like, those games at 4K. I could technically run those through the Elgato capture card, but that, again, like, it would only be in 1080p. But to be fair, even though I'm recording this at 4K, I haven't been uploading it at 4K just because the file sizes are enormous. It's going to take me like 6 years to upload anything, and that's all because of Steven's fault and his terrible internet. But anyways, I digress. The other day I also posted something on the YouTube channel on our community page, I think is what it's called, and I'm going to do that more and more. And I do hope you guys, I don't want to sound like every other YouTuber. God, I'm too old for that. But now, like, you have to actually go, if I'm not mistaken, you have to actually go into the little bell and actually click all notifications to be notified of like everything I do. So I'm not going to say this every video. I hate that kind of stuff. Like, I do this for fun. I missed you guys, so I wanted to come back. But just as an FYI, because I've been gone for so long, so it's entirely possible that that's changed. I also noticed that there's these like, I don't know, like thank you things now. I have no idea what any of this stuff is about. It seems like every Tom, Dick, and Harry now has like a Patreon account and all this. I'm not going to do any of that stuff. Okay, I really am not going to do any of that. I put the little like thank you stuff up only because like when I went into like settings, I saw these things. I don't even know what these things are. Okay, so hopefully I haven't screwed up anything. But I'm just saying I'm not gonna go like and be like everybody else. We've never been like anyone else, and I don't plan on starting today. So, anyways, I was saying before that I posted these things. So I posted a series of boxes, and a lot of you guys chimed in and were like, "Oh, like Polymega, like you got like the deluxe pack and stuff like that." Oh, yes. Let's talk about that for a sec. So, a number of years back, like 2019, 2018, something like that, I had ordered the Deluxe Omega Super Supreme edition of the Polymega whatever it is, okay? They were so nice, the guys. They were so nice. They invited me to the beta. I got a beta unit. I bought my first M2 SSD for it. You guys remember all that? I did a ton of videos on that. I also did a bunch of like retro reviews because it was so cool, right? It was just so cool to have like basically ROM dump your games and like have at it. And then they disappeared. They send me a note saying like, oh, Jared, you got to send back your beta unit and we'll send you your full package. Cool, let's do it. So I do it. And I never got anything. And it has been years. And I keep seeing them on Twitter and like, oh, we got like this new module or we're going to do this or we're going to do that. And I just basically am like, yeah, okay, I'm done. Like, I'm done. You guys, like, I waited like 4 or 5 years and you haven't given me anything. I chimed in. I did all kinds of stuff. Anyways, I wasn't going to go into all of that on the community sort of reply to some of the folks that were like, "Oh, Jared, did you do this, that, or the other thing?" So no, what these series of black boxes were, and one of you guys got it, were the analog systems. So I have this particular one because I was showing you guys the goodness. Haven't opened this in a while. Ooh, my lord. Okay, so I'll just show you if I can get the thing out. There we go. All right. So it's still, I put the plastic on it. Ooh, there we go. Okay, so I had ordered the white Super Nintendo, and I also ordered this, which was the white Sega Genesis. And so, like, I could do, this is kind of what I was saying, that's why I showed the other games. Like, I could totally do, like, a review of, well, this. You know what I mean? Like, I could review these analog systems. You'll remember that, like, OG over here, like, I still have my wood consoleized MVS. You remember those videos? So, like, we are, like, OG analog interactive fans. I love where the company's gone. And I actually just got the, what's it called? The Analog Duo. Just came in right before Christmas, actually, which is super cool. And so, yeah, so I was looking at, like, a bunch of content that we've done in the past. Of course, I'm still going to do my Let's Plays of Dragon Quest, different games that, like, come out. Theoretically, we're going to have Dragon Quest 3, HD 2D remake. We should also have Dragon Quest 12. And I'm going to do a separate vlog talking about those two, maybe next week. I still, like I say, I mean, I have to set things up, and not only do I have to set things up, but I actually have to record footage and get into the groove. I'm using Final Cut Pro now. I used to use Vegas, so like there's going to be some growing pains here for me because I got to get used to some of this. Now this, I've done away with intros and outros and stuff. I might keep those primarily for like the Dragon Quest series and maybe like a review or something. I'm thinking I might go out to the community, see if I can get like a new intro made for our general purpose content, like just like with a logo or, you know, something. I don't even know. Because you guys, like, you come here for this, like the actual discussions, some of my opinions, and it's awesome, right? Like, I love this stuff. I also love the naysayers. It's so funny, man, going back and watching, like, you know, some of the videos like why the Sega Saturn couldn't be saved, or like why the Dreamcast couldn't be saved. And I love it, like, how people are like, you're wrong, man, and all this. And it's just so funny because it's like, guys, it's just my opinion, right? Like, it's so funny how people get so butthurt over, like, everything. I don't, like, you know, you have your opinion, I have my opinion, it's all good. But today I really wanted to I just really kind of like a show and tell of, like, some of these sorts of things where I was like, okay, if we do retro, I could do retro, right? Especially now with, like, EverDrive. So, like, for example, like with this, there's nothing stopping me from basically using this, right? And just getting an EverDrive, because I don't actually think I have a Genesis EverDrive. Getting an EverDrive, and there you go, right? Done. There you go. I can review every single Genesis game ever created, essentially. And because it's not, well, it's hardware emulation, it's not software emulation. You know, like, that's one way. If you guys want to see some retro content, and I'm just showing you this. I've got the whole lineup of analog platforms. So consoles, whatever you want to call them. So if you want to see anything, I've got the Pocket, I've got the NES, SNES, this one, the Turbo Duo, just released there. So, I mean, that's an option for retro stuff. If you guys want to go, like I said, if you really truly want to go into Sega Saturn stuff, then we'll have to rethink how. Right? Because I don't want to, it's not fun for me to, like, re-review stuff I've already reviewed. And when you've reviewed hundreds of games, like, what could we do that would be different? And I'm never going to achieve the same level of quality that the Sega Shiro guys have and all the other, you know, like, excellent content that's out there. And I kind of, like I said, I kind of want to let them kind of do their thing, you know? So definitely have my Let's Plays, that's for sure. Podcasts, I really want to find a time slot that works for Steven and I, but like Timothy was also saying he'd like to join. Ahmed, I would love to have on here too. And with those two guys, because they have like the technological understanding of like more than a 10-year-old. That's the problem with Steven. It's like I have to, be careful with that. Of course I'm kidding. Am I? With them, like the quality will be outstanding. With Steven, we may have to use Zoom to record, so that's gonna be all like yeah, and all stuff like that. So, anyways, so that's that in a nutshell. I'm just kind of curious to see the direction of how you guys would like me to sort of take the channel. I'm gonna go really slow with this because I can't. Well, simply I can't. I just don't have the time. With Eva launching in a couple of weeks, we get our MVP. I'm going to be swamped with that. These are really easy to do. I still have a little time where I game. There's nothing stopping me from just recording that gaming and then doing a script and a voiceover like at the same time. I was also wondering if you guys would like to see like a mix mash of different sort of like the format. Like, there's nothing stopping me from actually talking to you guys, and then you'd stop seeing me, you'd see the gameplay right now while you continue to hear this, it's all the same recording, essentially. It's called B-roll. And then, come back. I don't know. I'm really looking to see, like, what do you guys want to see? And if you just, you're like, you know what, Jared, like, whatever you want to work on, like, I'm down for, let's mess around and try a few things. Then, you know what? Let's mess around and try a few things. But for right now, chime in, leave a comment. Let me know, like, what are some of your interests? Again, please, I'm begging you. If you do mention some of the retro stuff, let me know how we can make it a little bit different. Because I just don't want to be another Me Too sort of channel that, people come to where you're just like, okay, well, this is the same thing as everybody else has done like a million times. That's why I was like, some of the modern retro stuff could be cool. I still have a ton of games that none of you have ever heard of, I'm sure, that nobody has covered on YouTube. There's a lot of, like your Saturn stuff, your Turbo Duo stuff. Like, a lot of people have covered these sorts of things. But it could be cool. It could be cool to just go in a slightly different direction. Let me know, by the way, if the camera moving around, because I'm using this. I'm recording this through my iPhone. So my iPhone has like what's called center stage. So if I like move, you see how it that was terrible. But there, like it's moving with me slightly. Let me know if that's annoying to you and I'll shut that off next time around. Okay, guys, so listen, that's pretty much it. Little show and tell, a little bit of what's going on. But I think the most important thing right now is to try and get an idea of the direction of this channel moving forward. What are some of the things, if we have like a mix of like retro and new stuff, hardware and software, like if you want me to just keep going like the way I used to go with that kind of mix mash, just let me know. And we'll go from there. I still need a couple of weeks, like I said, to set everything up. But I'm heading over to my storage, I think next week. So I'm gonna make room for my little sort of recording setup, and that's it. So okay, so hopefully before you see the next one of these, hopefully if everything goes well, we should have a podcast up for you guys. I'm gonna do a video podcast. And let me know if you want me to do, again, mix mash of video and audio. And so leave a comment. Let me know what you guys want. And hopefully you're enjoying these, because these are a lot easier for me to put together. As you can imagine, single take, let's go. If I cough, if I sneeze, if I swear, whatever. I much prefer you guys having video content like this where we can interact with each other at least a little bit than having nothing at all. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I will see you all in the next video. Thank you so much for watching, as always, and I'll catch you next time.